What if I told you that you don't need to know all the techs to be a good player? You might be asking, well, I see all the good players using so many techs, but you can actually just use basic combos to beat good players. If you watch closely, something that they all have in common is their movement. When you watch good players play, you might wonder why they move side to side. They do it for two reasons. One is that it makes movement more unpredictable, as it causes the opponent to struggle to read what they are doing. By applying this, it will allow you to be able to land your attacks as you will not be predicted like so. Second, it allows for more freedom in movement. Note how when I simply back up, I don't go as fast as if I were moving forward. When you move backwards, your opponent gains a movement advantage on you. If you've ever watched any anime that involves the main character circling the opponent, you'd know that it makes it easier for the person to hit you. When you walk forward, the increased movement makes it harder for your opponents to catch you. What do I mean by this? Notice how my opponent is moving in a very linear manner, which is very predictable. As such, I am able to punish him by simply blocking him, and then punishing him. Now I know you might be thinking, my opponent does not do that. Well, yes, not all opponents are like that, however. Most people also tend to move in repetitive patterns. Take for example this opponent. I take note of the way in which he attacks, to which then I am able to punish him as I figured out how he plays. Since I noticed that he attacks very aggressively, I am able to counter him easily as I know that he will always attack at every chance they get. You don't want to be predictable, as your opponents will have an edge on you. There are two types of playstyles, one being passive. This type of playstyle stays outside the opponent's range and waits for the opponent to make the first move. In doing so, they stay out of danger and can capitalize on when an opponent makes a mistake. The other playstyle is known as being aggro or aggressive. This type of playstyle will try to hit you at every chance they get. However, simply sticking to this style solely will easily get you punished. Like here, this guy notices that I'm playing aggressive, so he knows when I will evasive and try to hit. Then he proceeds to simply counter me. It's important to be able to recognize these playstyles, as many players either lean towards one of the other. However, if you learn to master both and understand when to, you will be able to become more unpredictable. Now, about spacing. When you go up against players with tons of kills, they seem to be just escaping the grasp of your attacks. Spacing is another key thing that should be understood if you want to get better. In TSB, the range at which a player can attack you from is 3 tiles. Something I'd suggest is walking around the dummy with 3 tiles of spacing between in order to understand and visually see the range at which players can hit you from. Notice how I am 3 tiles away from the dummy. Once you feel like you've mastered spacing with the dummy, then you can try it with a friend or on a public server. Well, that's how you become a pro in the Strongest Battlegrounds. Hope you guys found those tips helpful. Let me know what you want me to cover next.